Hey, hey, Angie Neal coming to you live from Meridian, Idaho. Just thought I would stop by and say hello. I am home from the fantastic workshop in Florida. We went to Fort Myers, Florida, and oh my gosh, met so many incredible people and had a fantastic time. You just would not even believe the caliber of people that were at this professional development workshop. I met, oh my gosh, I met a guy who worked for Roger Penske for NASCAR. And so speaking of NASCAR, I wanted to talk to you. You probably saw, oh my gosh, I got a speeding ticket. It was a trap. So one of the things I want to talk about is, are you suffering from stinking thinking? And this goes back to the workshop I was just at in Florida, where we really talked about attitude and the importance of having a positive attitude. But on the airplane on the way home, I was sitting behind a guy that was just going on and on to his neighbor. He said, I got this speeding ticket and it was such a trap. It was just ridiculous. I was, coming down this hill and at the bottom, toward the bottom of the hill, it was a reduced speed limit and the cop was sitting right there and he was just waiting for me. And in my mind, of course, being an educator, I was thinking, maybe there's a school at the bottom of the hill. Maybe there's a reason that the speed limit was reduced right there. And this guy just was sure that the whole reason that speed limit was right there is because they knew he was going to be coming down that hill and that he was going to be speeding and that the officer would be right there. And boy, he just knew it was a trap. It was set for him, and that's why he got the speeding ticket. And so I was thinking to myself about all of the notes that I took at this fantastic workshop that I had just been at. And I thought, this gentleman must have missed the memo about the power of positive thinking, about taking accountability and for yourself and your actions. And so it made me think about the Walter D. Wintle poem. And I apologize, I am kind of cheating and reading it, but I want to make sure I get it correct for you. So it talks about the man who thinks he can. And it said, if you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but you think you can't, it's almost certain you won't. If you think you will lose, you are lost. For out of the world we find, success begins with a fellow's will. It's all in the state of mind. If you think you're outclassed, you are. You've got to think high to rise. I love that part. You've got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man, but sooner or later, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. So I just was thinking about this gentleman, and oh gosh, he had such stinking thinking. And I thought, I'm just going to stop by and say hello to all my Facebook friends and encourage you not to have stinking thinking. So back to this workshop that I was just at. And by the way, feel free to, if you think other people might get value, click the share button, or if you're watching on the replay, click share. And if you want to say hello, put a note in there. I see you, Miss Cami Martinez. Hello. I sent you a message today. Anyway, so I'll get back to you on that. But this workshop that I was at, I met, for example, a gentleman who worked for 7 years with Roger Penske of NASCAR. And he now is a life coach, and he's called the Life Mechanic. And he says he gives people a tune-up from the neck up and really works with them. You guys, this gentleman has made $52 million. One person, $52 million. I also met a gentleman and visited with him. This gentleman, have you ever heard of someone other than Oprah or like Warren Buffett earning 9 figures? This gentleman has earned $100 million. And so it was kind of fun. I felt like a total little tadpole fish in this big ocean with sharks and whales and large sea mammals. But it was so incredible to learn from that caliber of person. And guess what? They're regular people just like you and me, and they just had a dream and a vision, and they chose to think positively. unlike the gentleman on the airplane who said, I got a speeding ticket, it was a trap, he had such small thinking. And so I encourage myself, I encourage you to really go forward and have a positive attitude rather than an attitude of lack and scarcity. Have an attitude of abundance. Life is so much happier when you have an attitude of abundance and you have a belief and a faith in yourself and in your fellow man, which I know sometimes is difficult to do. But if you think you can or you think you can't, you're correct. It's going to go based on your belief system. So if you believe in yourself and you believe in what you're doing, for example, I wrote a post here recently on I'm going to be starting a new newsletter, kind of a new online blog newsletter, so that's going to be coming soon, so watch for that. But I'm also going on a journey. I've decided I love what I do, being an administrator. I was just sitting meeting with teachers today, so I have teaching on my mind. I love that too, by the way, in case you can't tell. But there are some things that I want to do in my life and with my life, and guess what? What really makes me excited is that I'm going to be able to take some people with me. I'm going to take some people under my wing, and I'm going to be teaching them, and also as I'm going to continue to share online. But I took this journal and I took pages and pages and pages of notes while I was at this workshop, and I got so much value. And I'm going to do that ILT that I've talked about before, invest, learn, and teach. I invested in myself to go to this workshop. I learned, I soaked it all up, I took the notes, and guess what? Now I'm going to share that information with you. I'm going to share information, and hopefully some of it will resonate and help you, and you'll get some value out of it. And so I encourage you to continue to hop onto the Facebook Lives with me. And if you have, if you want to know what I'm doing with my journey, feel free to private message me. Also, feel free to private message me, and I will send you for free the Jim Rohn's 10 Steps to Achieving Anything That You Want. It's pretty wonderful information, and so I'm happy to share that with you for free. So feel free to private message me. And if you're watching the replay, feel free to share. That will go, you click that share button in the lower left-hand corner, and that will go out to your Facebook friends. And as always, I appreciate you for stopping by. I appreciate you for putting comments. If this was something that is helpful to you, put